Hi everyone, welcome back to 33 Founders. I'm ultra excited that you're with us today because I'm here with Ben Rubin, the co-founder and CEO of Meerkat. Thanks so much for being with me, Ben.
Thanks for having me.
So I actually learned about Meerkat a few weeks ago from Dave Tisch, and I thought it was so cool that I could see into what he was doing in his office at Box Group. Literally a couple of days later, Meerkat was all over my social streams. What is the highlight of this whirlwind been for you?
I think that we're mostly proud of the fact that we were able to get people that never live streamed before to, or never thought they would, to understand the value in that and see the potential there. So I think that's one of the things that I think it's a win for the team.
For those who don't know, can you introduce them to Meerkat and how it works?
Yeah, basically Meerkat started as a live streaming button for Twitter. It's was the and still like the fastest way for you to stream from your phone to your Twitter followers. So you press one button, you go live, the stream is published to your Twitter feed, and your Twitter followers can watch and interact in real time. People that have the app also get push notified, and that's how it works.
And now the broadcaster can save their own stream, right?
Yeah, broadcasters can save the stream to their phone. Yeah, and they can also use Meerkat is an open platform for developers. So a lot of third-party developers are developing on our API. So there is a product group called Catch, and you do #catch and to your stream or and then they upload it for you to YouTube, which is kind of cool.
I know that part of the initial excitement when you guys first launched and were getting traction was all of the apps that were coming out to support Meerkat and to help people who were using the app. What was it like when you learned about Catcher, another app, that you were empowering other app creators?
Oh, that's very awesome, and I think that particularly in Meerkat case that was born on top of another platform, it's very important for us to show leadership and support other platforms that want to be created on our platform.
Great. And you guys just moved into a new office. How is it?
Well, it's still in the works, but it's much better than a co-working space. So,
How big is your team right now?
right now we're 3 here in San Francisco, and we are 10 in Israel. But we're growing in Israel to 13, and here to 7. So we're gonna be by the end of the year we're gonna be less than 20.
Wow, it's a small team with such a huge product and success so far.
I think we have huge challenges in front of us. But yeah, there's a lot of work to do. Yeah.
You wrote a great post recently about live streaming video being participatory media. And I loved what you said when you wrote, an audience that doesn't just want to hear the story, but rather they want to change it because they can. Can you dive deeper into this and the whole live streaming video phenomenon right now?
Yeah, so it's not about live video, it's about like what content can, like the first time content is not being translated into the virtual world. So video we know for a lot of decades, and the same way with photos, and text has been here forever. And all of those content vessels um, just kind of migrated in a different serving, in a different catering, but they were just migrated into the virtual world. Photos, text, and videos. Cool. The first time that the virtual world actually does an impact on the type of content, direct impact, it's when the virtual world allow mass audience to participate in the content, right? So it's the first time that the content is different. I'm still recording a video and uploading to YouTube, I'm still recording the same thing. I could have done the same content with a camera 30 years ago. Write the same script, do the same editing. I could have done that. Um, the editing tools just made it easier, but it doesn't mean that we couldn't create the same content. What's interesting is when the content is fundamentally changing, and it can fundamentally change. It's the first time the virtual world fundamentally changing the content. So I think that's what's interesting.
When you went a little deeper in that post too, you shared that type of media, it's falling into 4 topics: the
Mm-hmm.
formal, the non-formal, the
Mm-hmm.
immediate, and the beautiful. Can you elaborate on that a little?
So yeah, so there is like we as people, at least as I see it, we as people, we have our ideal self, and our ideal self is how we see ourselves mostly, the formal, the non-formal, the beautiful, and the immediate. That means that we have certain amplitude in the way we behave and feel. That today I feel beautiful, or this is beautiful, or this is what I think that is symmetric and appealing to me, in that kind of sense. This is immediate, like this is me as an animal, and non-formal. It depends what kind of text you send to your better half, or it's like how do you interact with your friends from high school, or and there's the formal how you go to a job interview, um, and we like usually we fall in, like our behavior in a certain time fall into either between those or on those. um, and what I've seen from my observation is that products of communication, the more they are, the more it's very clear that they are from appealing to one type of emotion, the better traction they get. Like Snapchat is completely non-formal, right? And that's what it is. It's you non-formal, so it's very easy to explain to people what it does and why do you need it. LinkedIn, and also, Facebook started as the non-formal, but growing into formal, and now that's their problem. Now that's the biggest problem. That for kids, Facebook and LinkedIn are the same. For people under 18, people under 18, that's what they think.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, at least in America, um, which is kind of weird because for if you go and ask people that are in high school right now, why do you use Facebook? They say, oh, because my Facebook events, or to see my grandma. My high school events. Sorry, that's the reason they created, because they could go to the high school event or to talk with their grandma, which is kind of weird. Because I've grown on Facebook, and I know it's no, it's not. I use it completely different. All my friends are there, right? But it's not. Um, Twitter is very immediate, and Instagram or Mindy are very beautiful mediums. And one is, the beautiful is more like the self-expression, and it seems like the more a product is very clear in what it's here to serve, and it's appealing to your side of emotion, then think about all the products that do in between, and they never win. Like if you try to do something between them, there's no win there. And it's weird. It's not weird, it's interesting to see that, like, you need to be very specific to get people to understand what you're doing, because there's so much noise, right? So at the end of the day, it's somebody saying to someone, explain your product, and if they cannot explain it in one sentence and you understand in one sentence, then it's like whatever, because it's not 2010. You got like 100x like 100 times more noise than that.
Yeah, I never thought of it that way. I'm going to wait for more in the upcoming post. I'm going to hold you
Yeah.
to that one. The Facebook thing is so accurate. Because even from when I started using Facebook as a freshman to when I finished high school as a senior, that use case is exactly, because it used to be like, what are you thinking about or something? And it'd
Yeah.
be like, Jenna is going to the store or whatever.
Yeah.
Good work. I like it. So where do you guys fall in that? The immediate?
I think the immediate when, and also I think that in that quadrant of the one-to-many synchronous, the immediate turns into presence.
Mm.
Like it's no longer immediate; it's actually presence. So we are there. Yeah.
Right. And when it comes to the actual app and the usage, your average subscribers per upcoming stream have tripled in the past month, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then for upcoming posts has doubled.
Yep.
That's pretty awesome. You described it as awesome also, but I think
Yeah.
it's even more than that. I've heard before that you wanted to hug the community. You were continuously saying that in the beginning. So if this is your chance to tell all the Meerkat users out there something, what do you want them to know?
I want them to know that you know w- we believe in participation, and that's why we are so excited that they are taking part in the product, and there is more coming in that direction. And we love to get their we love getting their feedback all the time. Like we literally have an awesome community, and and just like thank you for being here. I think like it's awesome.
When you say that and you imagine the community, a few years ago you were working on a completely different project. You guys ended up closing Yevo and having to tell your investors that you were going to run a series of live streaming video experiments.
Yeah.
8 weeks later, Jimmy Fallon is using your app, and you say, hey, we're going to do Meerkat full time.
Yeah.
When you look back on that time,
Hmm.
what is the defining moment as a founder for you?
Well, we were lucky to have Yevo because then we knew that this is like something meaningful that we should support. And we know what usage looked like in Yevo, and we saw in Meerkat, and then we had enough data to say this is working. We should focus on that for now. Um, Defining moment. I think that yeah, it's more about how you get people to continue to use
Mm.
and people to continue to watch and participate. Um, the vision is exciting, obviously, but I think it's more important. It's more important to understand the challenge in getting people to open notification over and over, in getting people to go live over and over.
What have you learned about that?
Well, we're just like in week 7, so yeah, we learned a lot with Yevo. We learned a lot with Air, and I think that next month we will start to learn from Meerkat. Now it's still a lot of hype.
As a founder and just a leader of the team in general, how are you making sure that everyone is adapting so quickly and still working within all that hype? Because the hype's been intense.
Um, it's easy because most of the team is in Israel, right? So it's kind of easier to do that. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't find it to be too troubling, but
That's
maybe.
impressive. From the outside, it seems hard.
Well, it's not our first rodeo. So it's like we had a product, we closed it. We're humble enough to not get too excited and just be focused.
You guys are working closely now with Josh Ellman over at Greylock. Tell me about the process of raising your Series B.
Um, we were lucky because we got to choose. I only talked with one VC. Well, officially, I only talked with one VC. And I chose, like, the moment we decided to do a round, we talked with one VC. That's true.
It's a
That's
pretty
that.
good deal.
Yeah, we thought we want to be C after we decided to do a round. And it was Greylock, and it was Josh, and we just decided terms, and we signed a term sheet 2 days after. And luckily, the company was organized enough that we did the round within 10 days. So
Wow.
yeah, 10 days.
It's a fast 10 days.
It's and I was in South by, so imagine.
Were you doing this via Skype? How are you doing this?
I did. Um, I did. I did my. I talked to Josh, and then I did a partners meeting. And after I did a partners meeting, they say, well, "Let's do it." We signed the term sheet the day after. Um, yeah, it was straight to partners meeting. And that's it. The 10 days after, we got all those awesome people involved, and you can move very fast if people want to invest.
Yeah,
And if you don't, like, we didn't have time to deal with any bullshit, so it was like, here are the terms, here are the things, you in or you out. Not to Greylock, to everyone else
you
that
do a lot of
helped.
angels too, right?
There were a lot of angels, a lot of micro funds. Yeah, so actually 30 participants besides Greylock. So yeah, imagine collecting 30 from 30 people. Yeah,
Ben, I think you need a vacation.
I know. I think I need more time in days, and then I can finish most of what I want. But it's a long run.
When it comes to the future, I know that you guys are really focused on right now in the next 3 months. What can we expect for the summer?
You're gonna see a lot of cool stuff in live. Like, we don't care about anything else. Like, we don't care about saving your video. We don't care. We just, like, everything that is not. There's no profiles. Have you seen that? There's no profile. Like, it should be very clear. We're about the now, and that's what's important. So there is an address book and phone verification, so you can find your friends magically. It will just like.
Oh, all
Yeah.
right. That's
Yeah.
a good one.
And there is a post to Facebook page, so you can attach your Facebook page. So all the bands or brands or whatever, if you have a Facebook page, you can attach and you can post to your Facebook page when you go live, which we think is awesome. And there's also some cool stuff we did with emojis, that kind of like your audience can actually actively change their faces when they watch to emojis. So there's a very cool build coming up, and also a lot of changes in web. Android is coming up very soon, so it's going to be a cool. May is going to be very interesting.
It's going to be a fun summer for you guys.
Yeah, hopefully.
When it comes to individuals who are using Meerkat, have there been any streams that have just been your all-time favorite so far?
Yeah, I think Adam Goldberg is one of my favorites. Yeah, he's one of my favorites. He's just doing cool stuff, and we really enjoy having him.
That's awesome. I'm excited to tune into that.
Yeah.
So for anyone who doesn't have Meerkat right now downloaded on their phone, can you let them know how to do that, and then also how to stay up to date with you guys and all of the updates that you're making?
Yeah, so just we're @Meerkat on Twitter, but if you create a user, you will auto follow it anyways. Download it from the App Store. Just write Meerkat, and Meerkat, and that's it. And Android users, you guys are gonna have by the end of next week, you're gonna have a version. So it's gonna be awesome.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ben.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.